welcome back to Up the Villa podcast and welcome to Transfer Hub, your home of Aston Villa's transfers, news, rumours, signings, you name it, we'll have it all here over the course of the summer. So Aston Villa have been linked with a move for Gio Lo Celso of Villarreal. I like it, Villa fans. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Why do I like it to start with? I like it because it just feels like it's a player that can fit a system. It feels like a player who has a real tactical understanding, and it feels like a system player. And that's what I really like about this one. And I think going into next season, we're going to need a squad. We're going to need a versatile squad. We're going to need a squad where sometimes it might not be the right game for Ramsey, but maybe it is for Lo Celso or etc. or vice versa on who we sign. So it feels like that type of signing, and that's why I like it. One thing hit home with me watching Spurs at the weekend was you can't just go into Premier League games playing the same way with the same players every single week because it just doesn't work. You've got to mix it up and change it up. And I think that's what Unai will want to do with his Aston Villa squad. So Lo Celso, I like him. Argentinian. He's a brilliant central midfielder. He can break through the lines. He's a real good sort of disruptor, destroyer at times. He's really, really strong in a tackle, but then he can pick it up. He's got quick feet. He's got good vision to give the ball. So I think in the role where I think he would be playing at Aston Villa, either side of a double pivot, I think he could play that role really, really well. So when I was saying tactically, I think he'd be a good signing. That's why. And we know Unai Emery knows Lo Celso very, very well. And I think that's always good when a new manager comes into a new club, that he does have that player that he knows and he can rely on and he can trust. And I think it helps form bonds within the current team as well. So I really like that. I like it when you just get one player that he knows and he's worked with before. And like I say, that he's trusted. So, if we... Okay, so PSG, Emery's worked with Lo Celso at PSG. Emery then also signed Lo Celso for Villarreal on loan as well. So we know that Emery really likes Lo Celso because he's already signed him this season, bringing him back to Villarreal on loan. So there is that connection with Lo Celso and Emery. And I think we all look at Emery's signings and think, if Emery wants him, then he's good enough for me. Well, he's already played for Emery at PSG. Emery must have really liked him because he's then took him to Villarreal. So I think it's one definitely to keep an eye on, and I think it's one that Emery does really, really like Lo Celso. So let's have a little look then. So currently this season, he's got a SOFA score rating of 7.10. You look at his consistency over the last 5 games has been brilliant, to be fair. 7.6, 8.4, 8.1, 7.5, and a 6.6. So he's banging form in La Liga at the minute. He's played 18 games, started 13 this season, scored 1 goal. But I think we want to have a little look a little bit lower down here. So he's got 3 assists this season. His ball retention is very good, 86% passing accuracy per game. In his own half, he's 90%. Opposition half, 81%. Accuracy on long balls, 89% this season. His defending, he's getting 1.6 tackles per game. Successful dribbles per game, 76%. Total duels won this season, 57%, and 58% ground duels won. So, he's had a good season. If we go back to last season, SOFA score 7.09, and the season before he'd got a 7.13. So he's playing really well in La Liga. So I think that's one good plus point. If we have a look at his heat map as well, you're sort of putting him in and around the John McGinn role, so up and down that right-hand side. If we have a little look at some of his stats compared to, say, a John McGinn or a Ramsey, and we'll see how it shapes up. So Lo Celso's got 70% creativity. McGinn's got 71% creativity. It's attacking. McGinn's got 65, and Lo Celso's got 64. If we have a little look at Ramsey, we'll compare him to Ramsey as well. Jacob Ramsey. So Ramsey's attacking is 63, 58, 52, 49, and 50. So a little bit lower than the Celso's, but it would show that it would add versatility, in my opinion. And I think it would be a good, solid signing for Villa, especially if we get into Europe as well. You're going to want players that sort of know the league as well. So if we go back to his time when he was in the Premier League with Spurs, well, he still is in the Premier League with Spurs because he's on loan from Spurs. So his last season was 6.72. His season before that was 6.78. And the season before that was 6.77. If we have a look at his transfer market value, it's 18 million. One thing I did notice when I was down here, his highest value was 50 million when he went to Spurs, and his values just dropped a little bit down to dropped up quite a bit down to 18 million. I wanted to show you, where was it? Where it finished in the leagues, I think. Right, I can't find it. Might have been on this one. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to show you. So if we have a look at Lo Celso, his career so far. So he won the league twice in Liga with PSG. He's then finished 10th in La Liga with Betis, 6th in the Premier League with Spurs, 7th, 4th, 7th, and 5th. So I think if we're looking at the type of player that he is and what Villa are trying to do and trying to get into, he knows that sort of role quite well of trying to get into Europe, etc. So I think it would be a good signing for Villa. If we have a look at his FBref, you've got he has got per 90 1.95 shots per game, shot creating actions 4.40, 82% passing accuracy, 7.70 progressive passes per 90. He's got where's his tackles? 2.62 tackles per 90. So Villa fans, I want you to let me know what your thoughts are on Gio Lo Celso to Aston Villa. I know it's not something and a name that's going to set the world alight. It's not going to get you as excited as a Ferran Torres, a Pau Torres, a Dumfries, a Vlahovic up top. But we've got to think that we need some central midfielders as well to help out and to build a squad. And I just think if Emery's got that connection, if Emery really rates him and likes him, then I think it's a good thing for Aston Villa. So there we go. So Lo Celso to Aston Villa, that's your transfer hub. We've got Aston Villa content coming out all week now. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to bring it for you. It's going to be a real good week looking ahead to Liverpool. So thanks everyone for watching. Drop your thoughts, comment, like away, and up the Villa.